tell me the truth. How many times has your higher self pushed you forward and you pulled the brakes? Yeah, we know what we have to do. We feel it. But still, we freeze, we delay, we procrastinate, we sabotage ourselves. And here's the curious thing, it's not always laziness. In fact, procrastination is a much deeper mechanism. Spiritually speaking, it's a veil, a block between you and your true mission. Today, we're going to lift that veil. You'll understand through sacred teachings what you must do. Shall we? Take a deep breath, because what I'm about to tell you now may change your relationship with time, with your habits, and most importantly, with your soul. What is procrastination, really? The first thing to understand is that procrastination isn't just putting things off. From the perspective of Theosophy, Gupta Vidya, and the eternal wisdom schools, procrastinating is resisting that which would make us evolve. In other words, it's rejecting the soul's calling, postponing the step that would make us grow. The philosopher and mystic Sri Aurobindo said, "All resistance to progress is resistance to the divine in action." That's powerful, right? But it's true. What we often call lack of discipline is actually the echo of ancient fears, unhealed wounds, patterns from other lives. And here's the wild part. Procrastinators are often highly sensitive beings, seekers, souls with a big mission, but carrying a hidden weight. According to the teachings of Gupta Vidya and Theosophy, we have subtle energy centers in the body, and some of them govern our ability to act. For example, the solar center, linked to willpower, the heart center, linked to love and courage, and the frontal center, linked to spiritual vision. When these centers are imbalanced, procrastination arises. But it doesn't come alone. It comes with guilt, with the feeling of wasting time, with fear of not being enough, or worse, fear of being too much. Ever heard that? Fear of shining, fear of succeeding, fear of your own power. The occultist Rudolf Steiner said something essential. The greatest enemy of will is not failure, it's the fear of success. Yes, sometimes we don't procrastinate because we're lazy, but because deep down we know that doing what needs to be done will change everything. We'll no longer be who we were, and that's scary. Here's a secret. True discipline doesn't come from force. It comes from connection to purpose. If you feel paralyzed, disconnected, it's probably because you've lost sight of the why. There's no use in forcing yourself. No use in blaming yourself. In the language of the masters of the tradition, the real impulse to act comes from contact with Dharma, with what you came to fulfill in this world. You don't procrastinate when you're aligned. You only fall behind when you're disconnected. So, instead of asking, "Why am I like this?" ask, "What did I come to bring to the world that's being blocked right now? What version of me is ready to be born, but is stuck in fear? How did the great sages overcome their resistance? Do you think Buddha wasn't afraid to leave the palace? Do you think Jesus didn't have doubts before the cross? Do you think Helena Blavatsky didn't face her own shadow while revealing Eastern mysteries to the West? All the masters went through this very moment you're in now. The moment of, I know what I should do, but I don't. And you know what they discovered? That action is the remedy for fear, and that the soul only blossoms in movement. Now let me reveal 3 sacred teachings to overcome procrastination. First teaching, wake up with a sacred ritual. No phone, no rushing. Wake up and say mentally, today is a sacred day. Today, I fulfill my part in the divine plan. This simple act activates in your subconscious the awareness that you're not here by chance. Remember, a disciple never wastes a day. Second teaching, break the impossible into initiatory steps. In the tradition, the spiritual path is made of initiations, stages, steps. You don't need to solve it all at once. You just need to take the first step, then the next. Write down what you need to do and ask, what's the smallest action I can take now that brings me closer to my mission? That's it. An email, a page written, a workout, a phone call. That's your little initiatory ritual for today. Third and most important teaching. Stay in contact with your soul. Procrastination melts away when you remember who you are. Meditate, pray, walk in silence. Read a passage from a master. Here's a quote from the Bhagavad Gita, spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. Arise, O Arjuna, enter the battle, for your soul was born to act. If you feel stuck, if you're not moving, if you keep waiting for the right time, know this: the right time never comes. It's created by you. You are the agent of change. You are the starting point of your destiny. Remember, to procrastinate is to forget your soul, and to act is to remember who you are. Take the next step, even with fear, even with no guarantee, because on the other side of resistance lies your true freedom. If this resonated with you, comment below. What step are you going to take today? And don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with someone who's also on this journey of awakening and overcoming. See you in the next video. The light is with you. It always has been.